Well, BBC Radio this morning was amazing. We are about 7 months away from a supposed Brexit date, and yet our government is openly split three ways, as you heard on the radio this morning. So first up, they put out the news about Boris Johnson's article in the Telegraph, ripping apart the Chequers deal and saying it's like going into battle, fluttering a white flag. So first of all, that's irresponsible jingoism, but here's all for shredding everything that we've done and replacing it with a plan that he hasn't crafted yet. Again, we're 7 months out. Then we had Damian Green on the radio defending Theresa May's Chequers deal and saying it is the only way forward. I admit that it's not popular and it doesn't have a lot of support, but it's the only way. Then you had Nick Boles, another Conservative MP, on the radio saying Chequers is dead. It's dead in the water. Forget it. I've got a different plan. It's called a better Brexit. Do you want to hear Nick Boles' plan? Okay, essentially it is EFTA and then going on to harder Brexit, which would have been a reasonable plan if you had started 2 years ago. But this particular plan is first we scrap the withdrawal agreement and we pay them no money. But we also keep to the Brexit date of 7 months from now, and then we negotiate EFTA. So he's saying step one is pull away all of our safety nets before we, the Brits who've been making mess of this, ask EFTA if we can get into bed with them. Well, that seems a little bit back to front for me. But essentially you have, this is the government openly split these ways on how to go forward with Brexit. Those are just the ones that want Brexit. You also have within the government more and more Conservatives thinking, holy crap, how do we get out of this? We need to support a people's vote and ditch it. And that's exactly where we're going, which is why you heard yesterday Theresa May had written an article in the Telegraph saying there will be no second referendum, there will be no people's vote. This is not just comic because this is what she said about the snap election, and that is comic enough. But it also goes to show that that's exactly what's going to happen because this is the pressure mounting up on her. She feels the need to address it, and of course she's just going to plain deny it. But she is acknowledging that that's where all of the pressure is. That's why she's writing specifically about it and saying that listening to the will of the people would be a betrayal of the will of the people. So what we're looking at here is a dead Brexit, a Brexit that has died, a pet project that has died. Specifically, it has died by dismemberment. Dismemberment by the tug of love between all the people that wanted it, have ripped it to shreds. That's why Brexit isn't moving. Brexit is not going anywhere. It is dead. It is starting to smell, and we should all be collectively burying it. And so this is why we need a people's vote, but this is why we need to be working for it now. Do not rely on the politicians to do this for you or people in the media to do this for you or even the main campaigns to do this for you. We will be working hard, of course, but the real coalface, and we know from polling where people change their mind, is when they meet people like them in the street and in the pubs and in their workplaces that are people like them and can convince them of, right, these are the main arguments and this is why. So that's why we need all of these local campaigns. We've got 150 regional campaigns around the country that have been working damn hard. That's where the change is made. With those Brexitometers, with those stalls, with the flyers, with the working with local media. All of them need to be strengthened up. All of those local campaigns need finances, need their own database, need to get working with the local press and know the people in the local press, writing regularly to the local papers and also pressurising their MPs because everything that we want to happen has to happen through Parliament. That is the channel of power. So the more MPs we can get on board with the people's vote, with the option to ditch Brexit entirely because it is a failed experiment, the better chance we have of booting this thing into the long grass. Like I said, Brexit is quite clearly dead because at this stage it is even more openly than ever before ripped into various different directions. It isn't going to go anywhere. It won't have majority support. So we need to make sure that we bury Brexit and also set up the alternative at the same time. A better Britain in a better Europe, fully engaged from the citizens up. That positive vision of what we would do once we get this dead weight of Brexit out of the way. Thank you.